Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday for a 60-minute yoga class. We're going to start with 3 rounds of sun salutations to warm up our body, and then we will hop into the 26 into yoga sequence with the sun salutes. And with any part of the yoga class, if something is not working for you, you can modify, you can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. So yoga at times should be challenging, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point where we could harm ourselves or others. So for the sun salutes, come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. Take a moment, standing nice and tall with your arms down by your side. Okay, bring your hands together at heart center and begin. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you're saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale, arms with your ears fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, hips over heels, back flat. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, push your hands into the floor, feel your biceps engage, and then step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and imagine you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do Cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can pedal out your legs, bend one knee, straighten the other, just warming up. And then lift your heels to the ceiling, press your heels down to the floor, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down to your heels as you stretch your arms forward. Either way, think about stretching through the spine. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward. Step forward, lengthen back into your halfway lift, back flat, weight in the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees and fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, looking up overhead. Exhale, hands down at heart center. 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, stomach in, fold. Inhale, lengthen, shoulders away from ears, back flat. Exhale, push hands into floor, step back into your high plank or tabletop. Now, if that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly to your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, take a vinyasa, pull yourself down to the floor. Inhale your up dog or cobra. If you're doing up dog, make sure thighs are on the floor. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. If you're doing down dog, externally rotate your shoulders, hug your elbows in, push the floor away from you. So hips, tailbone to the ceiling, heels to the floor, root down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stomach in, arms with your ears, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Last one. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, pull yourself down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If you have tight hamstrings, you can take a wider step so that your heels come closer to the floor. You can also bend your knees a little bit, like just a micro bend in the knees there to soften the backs of the legs. Press down through the knuckles, lift the hips, tailbone up to the ceiling, heels to the floor, push the floor away from you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Wonderful. So that's our little warm up. We will now hop into 26 into yoga. Come to the middle of your mat with your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. All of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate. Meditate and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound. Head back. Arms forward. Elbows touch. Good. Inhale. Chin down, slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead, lift your elbows all the way up, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, slowly push your head back, look way, way, way back for the wall behind you, arms forward, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, head down, breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide. Slowly exhale completely. Stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So at the beginning of class, we're working on our lung capacity. We're also working on the range of motion in our neck and shoulders. Exhale, head up. So if you have a tight neck like I do today, your head might not drop back all the way, and that's okay. Just do your best to look up, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, so you're never forcing the body, right? Do your best with what you're working with, chin down, elbows up, look straight ahead. Exhale, head up, slowly head back, squeeze your palms together, wrists together, forearms, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, this is the last breath in the first set, make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller, suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in, keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch, good, change, arms down. Second set, feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin inhale, chin down and arms up, breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, keep your stomach in, exhale through your mouth, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, keep the weight in your heels, glue your ankle bones together, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your butt. Exhale, head up, lock your legs. So lift the kneecaps, squeeze the glutes, hips a little forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down as you inhale. Suck your stomach in, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up, even as you exhale, abdomen in. Look back, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down, just the neck and arms are moving. So from the side, keep your spine straight, shoulders over heels. Exhale, head up. Just your head drops back, no backward bending. Again, keep shoulders over hips, back flat, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now. Elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. We'll continue with Ardha Chandrasana with Padastasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left, beyond your flexibility. A bird just landed on my window and is looking at me. That is very distracting. Beyond your flexibility, he's sticking his butt out at me, okay? You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Keep the weight in your heels, very sorry, hips a little forward, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears, push your left hip forward to get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, 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 change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle, hips forward, arms back, stretch up and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. So as humans, we're meaning makers. There's often a cardinal that will visit me, and cardinals are signs of they're traditionally, the bird is meant to be like a sign of like a spiritual message. So whenever I see a cardinal, I'm like, like a higher power is looking down on me, but that was a pigeon sticking its butt out at me, and I don't know what that means. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears, push your right hip forward to get your 2 hips in line, left shoulder forward, 2 shoulders in line, come down, push, and push, and push. Change, inhale to come up. First back bend of the day, take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. Look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels. Lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, go down. Biceps with ears, hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with this smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your big toes, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down. Change, come up, arms with your ears, knees can bend, very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller, that's the goal. Second set, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the right as you press your hips to the left. So as humans, we're meaning makers, and that also means that we try to make meaning out of our yoga postures as well. Sometimes to our benefit, but sometimes to our detriment as well, right? So like if you're having a tough day where the body isn't moving like you want it to, please don't take it personally. Sometimes we're just a little bit tight. It's not like a personal affront to who you are as a person if your shoulders or hips are out of whack. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, upper body back, left hip forward, 2 hips in line, right rib cage forward, 2 shoulders in line, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. Relax your face, lift your chin, lift your chest. It's a very proud posture. You have a lot to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Keep the weight in your heels, kneecaps lift, touch your biceps to your ears, squeeze your palms together. Right hip forward, 2 hips in line, left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, second heart opener, deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. If you can see your hands, notice if the wrists are bending and the hands are coming apart. Really squeeze your palms together and push your hands away from your face. Feel a stretch on your armpits, your chest, your abdomen. Keep the weight in your heels, push your hips forward, push your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, bend your knees, go down, hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. My next door neighbor is doing construction, so if you can hear that, I apologize. Second set, bend your knees halfway. Grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling. So notice if like the weight is in the big toes and the knees are coming apart. Try to spiral your inner thighs back, pull on your heels, push your big toes down, lift your hips up, try to lock your legs. Change, come up, arms with the ears, knees can bend. Very nice, arms down. And you stand a little taller. Awkward Ookatasana, step your right foot to the right, 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. Arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers. Abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight, keep the weight back in your heels, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tiptoes like a ballerina. Imagine somebody has you by the ponytail, stretching you up, bend your knees, sit down. So the knees are bending, but everything else is really lifting up to the ceiling. Heels a little higher, knees a little higher, spine a little longer, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change. Inhale to come up, last part. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down, knees together. Stop whenever you want, or keep sitting down until there's a 1/2 inch gap between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, lift your chest, soften your shoulders, re-engage your fingertips, change. Slowly come up, knees together, push the floor away from you. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Second set, step your right foot to the right, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel, arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. So you can stick your butt out and fold forward, thighs parallel to the floor, shoulders down, jaw relaxed, start to lift up, lift your chin up, chest up, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide, come up all the way in your tiptoes. Notice if your knees are coming in or out, keep the heels invisible behind the ankles, stretch up, bend your knees, sit down. So you want your knees pointing in the same direction as your big toes, heels invisible behind your ankles, heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change. Inhale to come up. Last part, that was more of a stool for me today. Squeeze your knees together, let your heels come off the floor, and slowly sit down. Remember, we're always honoring our limits. So if you don't go all the way, that's okay. Stop when there's a gap between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight, so from the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana. Keep in mind that I'm not mirroring you. We're gonna do the right side first. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, swing your right arm under your left arm. Right elbow under left elbow. Cross first at the elbows, again if you can at the wrists, palms together, thumbs towards your face. You can also interlock fingers, grab a finger or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down. Bend your knees, try to sit down, hips into a chair, that's why we did chair pose first. And bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg, cross twist, and eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit down and lean back. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, left side. Bring your left arm, zoom, under your right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your face. Pull your elbows down and sit down. So hips into a chair, just like chair pose. Keep your knees bent and bring left leg over right leg, left over right, cross twist, and eventually wrap your foot. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. This side might look a little or a lot different for you. It does for me. On this side, you want to bring your knees to the left and upper body to the right. Shift your weight back into your heel, abdomen in, and if it feels good, sit down more. So hips back and down, bend your knees, pull your elbows down, lean your upper body back. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, second set. Bring your right arm under left arm. Try to get fingertips in line and wrists straight. That is a lifetime of work there. Pull elbows down, sit down, try to keep your hips low, and bring right leg over left leg. Think hamstring over quadricep. Notice if your knees twist to the left side of the room. Right, so bring your knees to the right, push your left hip forward. You want your knees and toes facing in the same direction. So left hip a little forward, two hips in line, right shoulder a little forward, two shoulders in line. Sit down like you're sitting down into a chair. Lift your chin up, chest up. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head. Last one, left arm under right arm. Use some momentum. Pull elbows down, sit back and down. Keep your hips back and down and bring left leg over right leg. I'm gonna show you from the side. Left leg over right leg. So you can stick your butt out here and fold forward and then start to lean back. Knees to the left, upper body to the right. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back at the end. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head, arms down. Party time. Grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers. Great to be here with all of you. Okay. Let us continue the balancing series, standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janusharasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, big toe points forward. Lift your left kneecap up, lift your right thigh up. Point your toes, flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back to your face, abdomen in. Option to stay right here, or as you're ready, start to round down and eventually pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Standing leg should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. When you're ready, inhale, slowly, gently lift your right leg up, stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. If both legs locked, start to bend your elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change slowly, reverse. Out. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your left thigh up, point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face. Abdominal wall engaged, round down, and eventually pick up your left foot. You're welcome to start with your knee and thigh higher into your chest so that you don't have to round down so much. Try to keep that nice tight webbing to webbing grip under the ball of your foot. When you're ready, slowly lift your left leg up. Kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up so your knee is over your ankle, not your big toe. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles, chest down, shoulders down. One day, elbows go below the calf muscle. Move your heel forward, hips forward, toes back. Change, slowly reverse. Out. You put your hands on your back and do a little back bend or knee bend. As a reminder, this posture is not easy, so much so that most styles of yoga do not do it, and this style of yoga probably does the hardest version of it, so please be like gentle and compassionate with yourself when you do this posture. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, stomach in, round down, pick up your foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun, lift your right leg up, maybe right heel a little to the right. If both legs lock, bend elbows down, and then tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your time as you reverse out, step by step. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, contract inner thigh as well as outer thigh. Lift your right kneecap, lift your left thigh up, flex your toes back, stomach in, round down. So if you're like me, you have to move your foot in a little bit to pick up the foot, right? That's like a hip tightness. You're gonna bring the left foot back to the left. So heel under the knee, and when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Same thing here, notice if the heel is turning in, bring your left heel a little to the left. Keep your hips square, and then bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly reverse out. Good for you. That was a forward curl. Now we do a nice back bend, heart opener, shoulder opener as well. Spine twist. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. Feet together. Bring your right hand up. Elbow touches the body. Palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga. Yes, happy Friday. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up, right hip forward, knees together to start. Lock your left leg. So lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, two shoulders in line. Try to touch your chin to your shoulder, so left shoulder blade scapula stretching away from the body. Kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick really hard. Body down more, leg up more. Kick, kick, kick. Good. Change slowly. Kick yourself up. Okay. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Keep your palm facing out. Reach back and pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone. Right arm up, left hip forward, knees together. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes. Take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Take your time. Simultaneously, kick your left leg back and up. So kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick really hard. Slide the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. Remember that it's a back bend. Keep your chin and chest lifted, but do try to come down so that your two heels are in line from the side. So two heels in line, two shoulders in line, two hips in line, left hip down. That's the hard one for me. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Whew. Kick yourself up, take a breath, hold still. It's the hardest part. Second set, right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot, left arm up, right hip forward, lock your left leg, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Feel the posture in your body. So you want to feel shoulders sliding apart, spine compressing, abdomen stretching. Try to move the right hip down. Keep the hips fairly even. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, relax your left toes. Left shoulder forward, press your chin and chest up, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Kick yourself up. Last one, here we go. Left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, right arm up, left hip forward, knees together. So start with your hips in line. Even if one knee is, not touching, try to start with the hips in line. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. That's all you have to do. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Triceps tight, fingers together, abdomen soft, chin and chest proud. Body down to parallel, big toe up to the ceiling. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up, good for you. Come to the back of your mat, Tulanasana, balancing stick, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and lean back. Step your right foot forward a big step, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, lift your left foot off the floor, point your left toes, and when you're ready, come down. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. So from the side, body makes a T like Tom, but not a broken umbrella. Squeeze your palms together, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, other side, lean back, step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch up, point your right toes and tilt. Slowly come down. You want to go down slowly with control. That's where you build the balance, the strength, the control. Chest down to parallel, chin forward, arms with your ears, lift your right leg up, stretch, change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Second set, arms up, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, step your right foot forward, stretch up, point your left toes, and tilt. So if you're dealing with like an aggravated hip like I am, you might not come down all the way. Sometimes just the setup is a posture. The setup of a posture is enough. When you're ready, come down, chest down, chin forward, arms with your ears, heel up, stretch, change. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back, step your left foot forward, stretch up, point your right toes and tilt. So especially for folks that practice consistently, Keep in mind that it is possible to have like repetitive stress injuries in yoga. So if something isn't feeling right, you can always like take that posture off for like a day or a week or a month, right? Chest down, chin forward, leg up, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. You can come to the top of your mat and face the long side of your mat for the next 3 postures. I will continue to face you. Standing separate leg stretching, Dandayamana, Bikram, Hashimotonasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, arms down parallel to the floor, toes in, heels out, chest up, swan dive forward. Look forward all the way down. Grab your heels from behind. If you can't grab your heels, you can grab the outsides of your feet, your pinky toes. You can also start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Everybody roll forward. Find your edge. Lift your hips up, lift your kneecaps up, push your knees back, and lock your legs. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead. Touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. Good. Change. Slowly come up. Take your time. Stop at the top. We're going to float a triangle. Trikonasana. Push your hips forward. Lean your upper body back. Turn your right foot out. Take a bigger step. Maybe left toes in a little bit too. Bend your right leg and lunge. You can take a bigger or smaller step if it helps you sit down. Sit as low as you can. When you can't sit down anymore, lean back and move your arms at the same time. The goal here is to get a nice long diagonal line from your ankle to the crown of your head. So if your thigh is not yet parallel to the floor, maybe it's just the wrist or forearm in front of the knee. You're not collapsing all the way down, but you're also not staying all the way lifted, right? Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder and breathe. As you're ready, you're going to press your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can. It might help to rotate your right hip forward or take a bigger step. Bend your left knee, lunge, lean back, and move your arms. Elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips between your big and second toe rather than your heel, but don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up and stretch up. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow. Turn, twist upper body back, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, arms up. Palms together, cross your thumbs, pivot on your heels for standing, separate leg head to knee, Dandayamana, Bikram, Janu Shirasana. Make sure you still have 3 to 4 feet between your feet. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. This is a rounded spine posture from standing. This is a posture to take it easy on if you have a history of slip discs or your back is a little bit achy today. Eventually, you're going to round your spine so much that your forehead and knee come together, but you're never forcing your body. If you feel like your back is like tugging or pulling and not in a pleasant way, ease up with the back bend. You can flatten out your spine a little bit and just tuck your chin to your chest. To get your knee and head closer together, you can take a bigger step. You can bend your front leg and you can really tuck your chin to your chest, so eventually forehead and knee touch. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times. Lock both legs, hands together. Change, come up, arms with your ears, chin to chest, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, press your right hip forward, left rib cage back, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest, abdomen in, bend your left leg if you need to. I do. Touch your knee and head together, front side compression, throat choked, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Stretch all 10 fingers beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your front foot. Left hip up, right hip forward. Try to keep your 2 hips even. Push your forehead into your knee. Lock both legs, hands together first. Change, slowly come up, hands together, arms with your ears, chin to chest, head up, last. Good, pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Second set stretching, arms up, step your right foot to the right, big step. I'm gonna show you from the side. You can either point your toes forward or turn your toes in. Lift your kneecaps, lift your chest, swan dive forward, stick your butt up like it's Friday night, not Friday afternoon.
Grab your heels from behind, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up. So notice if your knees are bending and your spine is rounding. Instead, try to flatten out your back and your legs. You want to roll forward, lift your hips, tailbone to ceiling, press your knees back a little bit, lift the kneecaps, lock the legs, pull, stretch, shoulders up, try to touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time, try to come up with a flat back. Second set, triangle, press your hips forward, lean back, big open chest, turn your right foot out, left toes in, bend your right leg, lunge, sit as low as you can, lean back and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, breathe. Notice if your left hip is higher than your right hip. Try to sink your left hip down, hips and knee all in line one day. Reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, right rib cage forward, left rib cage back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, other side, inhale, bend your left leg. You can take a bigger or smaller step if it helps you sit down. Be humble, move your arms, left elbow in front of the knee, right arm up to the ceiling, arms at 6 and 12 on the clock, triceps tight. You want to feel a big opening on the chest here, so reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down, sit your hips down more, lift your chest up more, stretch the arms apart, turn, twist upper body back, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, arms up. Second set, head to knee, Shalabhasana, pivot on your heels, turn back, toes in, press left hip forward, right hip back, even out your hips, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly go down. You want to come in and out of this posture slowly with control. Balance challenge, maybe keep the hands together, just be on the big and second toe. Bend your front leg, touch your knee and head together, front side compression, throat choked, jaw relaxed, eyes open, abdomen in, breathing normal. Notice if one hip is higher than the other. Try to even out your hips so that both sides of your back round equally the same. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, lift your kneecaps, change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, arms with ears, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels. I'm gonna face you. Make sure your heels are in line, but not crisscross. That'll make it hard to balance. Press your right hip forward until your hips and shoulders are square with your mat. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You cannot see your left foot all the way down. Chin to chest, bend your front leg, touch your knee and head together, stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe, left hip up, right hip forward, two hips in line. Good, push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly come up. You're gonna come in and out slowly with control, head up last, good, pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for tree and then toe. Lock your left leg, Tadasana, lift your right leg up. In this version of tree pose, we're training our body to sit in lotus one day. Touch your heel to your costume, so the foot is on top of your thigh, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly let your right knee drop into a half lotus shape, but you're never forcing your body. Right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand. Option to stay here or flow to toe stand. Start to fold forward without bending your standing leg. If your hands touch the floor, lean forward, shift your weight into your arms first, lift your left heel, bend your left knee and sit down. So as you sit, the weight is in your arms, not your knee. It's a beginner-friendly version of this posture, although I know it's still tricky. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips, point your right toes, right hip forward, right knee down, two knees in line, left hand up, right hand up, elbows down, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up first to straighten your standing leg and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change, right leg down, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up. This side might feel a little or a lot different, it does for me. Slowly let your left knee drop. You can never force your knees. You wanna feel it in the hip, not the knee. If the knee needs to stay lifted or the foot has to be a little lower on the thigh, that's okay. Bring your left hand up,
And if you can balance, right hand. Option to stay here or fold forward. Hands to floor first, lean forward like you're gonna do a handstand, bend your right knee, sit down, walk your hands back. Whether you're in tree pose or toe stand, left hip a little forward, left knee down, point your left toes. Left hand, right hand, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. I'm one with the force and the force is one with me. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor, you can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips to straighten your standing leg and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Good. Change. Left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, Savasana. I did not sleep well last night. This morning I was like, I don't want to teach this yoga class. And then I truly had a thought, I'm not making this up. I just had this thought of like, every time I take this class, I wind up transformed. And I don't mean like every class is like a mind-blowing, you know what I mean? I'm a different person. I just mean every class, I almost view it like a tunnel, and I come out the other side of the tunnel at the end of class differently than when I entered. And I just use that as a reminder to myself of like, you know what, even on days where you're a little bit tired or sleepy or just not feeling it, you still end up transformed. So if you're tired and sleepy and not feeling it, sometimes yoga is a really good tool to come out the other side with a little bit of like renewed energy, creativity, and vision. Uttasana when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down towards your left shoulder. Try to keep your right leg on the floor. If your right calf muscle does not naturally touch the floor, flex your toes back towards your face. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other. Give yourself a big hug for coming to class today. Good for you. Squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body, hold still. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. And sure enough, right out of the gate, right, a pigeon butt comes like right into my line of vision, and my upstairs neighbor starts doing very distracting construction work on her house or on her unit. So just like, right, already these distractions, right? They're already here testing me. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out and down. We're purposely putting a little bit of pressure on the abdomen. It's good for digestion. It's also good for grip strength. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. This is part of the hip opening series, just like tree and toe. From a bird's eye view, you want your hips and shoulders parallel. So notice if one shoulder or hip is kind of like sneaking up, try to get them even. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself another big hug, squeeze your knees together and down, head on the floor, tuck your chin in a little bit, puff your chest up a little bit, belly button heavy like lead, press your shins into your forearms, so hips, middle back, upper back, one day even the neck on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Next we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back today, please skip the sit up, especially the first sit up. Just roll off to the side and meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Turn, lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bujungasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders, so your elbows point up. Feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use your back strength. Come up halfway only, just your belly button on the floor. Elbows stay bent, they make an L, a 90-degree angle. Roll your shoulders back and down, elbows to hips. Big toes to the back of your mat, feet together. Lock your legs, push your feet down, hips down, hands down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, eyes open. When I saw the bird and I was thinking about how we make meaning, I started thinking back to this time. A student told me that like, they're kind of like animal guide in life. Like for me, a cardinal will show up or a bunny will show up. Those are my two like animals. But for him, it's praying mantises, which I was like, ugh, those like really freak me out. But he was like, praying mantises show up in my life when I need them, which again, I was like, ugh, I'm really glad it's a bird and a rabbit for me. But he was telling me he was on the metro to DuPont Circle on like the anniversary of his dad's death. And a praying mantis in the metro landed on his shoulder and just like sat there with him until he got off at the next stop, which I've never seen a praying mantis in a metro in my life. It blew my mind. Second set, bring your chin forward, hands flat on the floor, elbows point up, feet together, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. So we're meaning makers, and some of that is arbitrary, but some stuff is like really inexplicable. And a lot of people don't talk about when stuff like that happens to us because we start to sound a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? But I think yoga opens us up to like a slightly more spiritual worldview. Again, maybe a praying mantis just landed on this guy's shoulder who's like had meaning with praying mantises his whole life, or like, I don't know, maybe his dad was just like saying hi, right? Push your feet down, hands down, lift your chest, change, slowly lower down, look to the left, right ear on your mat, arms down, eyes open. It doesn't really matter, right? As long as he's feeling deeper, you know, more connected to himself, to his ancestry, it doesn't really matter whether it's true or not, right? Like capital T true. But again, when we do yoga, I think it opens us up, opens our heart up a little bit more to having those transformational experiences, even if they're just pure coincidence. We're still meaning makers, right? You can't really escape that. Bring your chin forward, otherwise you're like big time nihilist. Chin forward, arms straight, palms down, bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch. Lock your right leg, locust pose, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. So similar to a praying mantis, we are pretending to be locusts here. It's very biblical. Shoulders down, lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your thigh up, change right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles. Rather than your wrists, push your fingertips down, lift your thigh, change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer, keep hips and forearms in contact for leverage. Mouth down, feet together, lock your legs, point your toes, lift both legs up. One leg is practice, two legs is the real deal locust pose. Mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up, change, lower down, bring your arms out, look to the right, take a breath. As you release your arms from under the body, you release the tourniquet effect. Fresh blood flows through your knuckles, wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms straight, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. This is a good moment to discern the difference between discomfort and pain. Arms might be uncomfortable under your body, that's pretty normal, but if your elbows and wrists are like ouch, ouch hurting, bring your arms out to the side, change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. So with the arms straight, the palms down and the arms underneath us, we're stretching out the tendons, the ligaments. We're also creating a little bit of a tourniquet effect on the arms. Change, left leg down, mouth down, feet together, knees together, lock your legs, triceps tight, lift both legs up. And by bringing the weight into our chest, into our heart muscle, the heart rate picks up while we create a tourniquet effect on the arms. Very smart. Knees, feet together, lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up, change, lower down. So we release out with an elevated heart rate, look to the left, and then all of that blood flows into the arms. Good for healing. Carpal tunnel, tennis elbow, frozen shoulder, any scar tissue or arthritic joints in the arms. Bring your chin forward, full locust, Purnit Shalabhasana. Just when you thought you could not get more locusty. Arms out to the side, feet together, lock your legs, point your toes. Look up and lift, arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up towards the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. Keep your feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the right, take a deep breath. Good, chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes, heels touch, Squeeze your buns, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift everything off the floor at once. This posture is so good for your back. By lifting the legs and chest at the same time, we're strengthening all of the muscles in the back. Try to keep your arms perpendicular to the body without forcing your shoulders. It's a really good chest and shoulder opener, really good spine strengthener. Thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left, take a breath. Dhanurasana floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside. If you can't grab both feet, first set, grab one foot, second set, grab the other one, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight, point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, knees, feet together, squeeze your tush, point your toes to engage your hamstrings, look up and kick. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. So you're not dropping your head all the way down, but you're also not jamming it all the way back, right? Try to squeeze shoulders together. It's a great chest opener. It's good for digestion while you're on your stomach, and it's good for strengthening your whole back, like the spine as well as the hamstrings, calves. Point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down, look to the left, and let that one go. Chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push yourself up, come to the top of your mat for fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. I'll show you from the side, start in tabletop position. As you're ready, start to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, behind you the whole time until one day you sit down between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If you can sit between your heels with knees on the floor, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is great. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, thighs, and hips, but never a point of pain. My friends in this class who are like bicyclists, runners, skiers, soccer players, basketball players, this is your posture. You might not go very far into it, right? So it might feel like you're not doing much, but you're working through those tight joints that you use in your other passions. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, and then turn around Savasana. As you release out of this posture, you release the tourniquet effect on the lower body. Fresh blood rushes through the toes, ankles, knees, thighs, and hips. So sometimes the release from a posture is as therapeutic as the posture itself. You're welcome to roll off to the side and skip the sit-up. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat, second set. If first set was rough, try opening your knees wider. Point your toes to the back of your mat and slowly walk your hands back, hips down. If it's easy to sit between your heels, maybe knees together. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow, left elbow, head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Send a nice breath to a part of your body that could use a little extra love. Just being a little bit intentional with our breath here. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So as humans, we're meaning makers and we're storytellers, right? So to me, like making meaning is kind of inevitable and storytelling is kind of inevitable. Like even if you're like, there is no meaning to life. Well, that's like, right? That's its own belief system as well. And I'm there with you a lot of times, but even that's a story that we're telling. We can't be positive, right? Like about anything. So notice what stories you are telling yourself in your yoga class. And are they pleasant? And would you tell that same story about someone else or to someone else, right? So if your story that you're repeating is like, I can't do this, this is hard, this isn't for me, flip the script, change the message. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. I'm gonna show you from the side. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, Palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. So you get to choose your story. You get to make the meaning, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. We're stretching again through the toes, ankles, and knees. Active arms here, palms together, thumbs crossed, tilt your pinky fingers down. Try to get elbows and wrists off the floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, change, come on up, arms with ears, very nice. Arms down, turn around, Savasana. There are many things that we do not choose in life that like happen to us or around us, right? We don't choose everything in life. In fact, we choose very few things in life. But I am most certain that every single one of you chose to come to yoga today, right? So this is a choice activity. And so then you get to choose the story that you tell, the meaning that you make with this time that you've carved out for yourself. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat, second set, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down slowly with control. You're welcome to put your hands on the floor and walk yourself in. One day, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Good, change, come up, knees, feet together, arms with ears, very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. The sit-ups are bothering your back. You can always skip them by rolling off to the side. The sit-ups, like everything else we do, are optional. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat, camel, Ookatasana, or deepest back bend. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between knees and feet. If it hurts to stand on your knees, you can roll up your mat a little bit so there's extra padding under your knees or ankles. Put your hands on your lower back. This is a back bend. As you're ready, mouth closed, eyes open, look up towards the ceiling. One day lift your nose, your chin, one day head drops back. As we start to open through the front of the body, your central nervous system might turn on. So if you start to feel dizzy, nauseous, or lightheaded, that's normal. Just stay where you are. You don't necessarily have to like come out. You just don't need to go any further. If your head relaxes back all the way, keep your hands on your back and go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back, look for your toes behind you. Good, change, put your hands on your back, push yourself up carefully with control, head up last, turn around, Savasana. So one of my favorite transformations that happens in this class, I have a chronically stiff neck. Yoga has helped that. It will not completely cure it. It still pops up. And when it does at the beginning of class, sometimes I can barely look up towards the ceiling. And yet when I get to camel pose, sometimes I can drop my head back and go back all the way, right? It's that transformational power of moving our spine in 6 different directions multiple times, right? Left, backward, forward, twisting to each side. Slowly over time, different parts of the body that were unbearable at the beginning of class become just a little bit more bearable. Maybe not totally healed, but a little bit transformed. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Cool. And the coolest part when that happens is that you get all the credit, right? You did that, not Advil, not Tiger Balm, not a masseuse. You did that. You moved your body. Open your knees a little bit wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your back, push your hips forward, keep your eyes open. And I believe in using medicine when it's appropriate, right? Or going and seeing a physical therapist. I'm not saying those things are bad. Go back halfway, freeze in the middle. If you want, grab your heels. But it's pretty cool when you can do things for yourself, right? Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back. We don't need to be completely self-reliant, but it's good to know that we can do things for ourselves. Press your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back. Change, put your hands on your back, push yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. You know, when my neighbor started drilling into her wall, right as class started, I thought back to when I first started doing yoga, this guy used to meditate after class, and I did not meditate at the time. And if I would accidentally make a loud noise, I'd be like, "Oh, Melvin, I'm sorry." And he would always say,
No, that's literally the point of meditation, like, right? To have distractions around you and not be distracted in your mind. Like you might hear those things or see those things like a drill or a pigeon, but you're not following it down the rabbit hole. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat. Speaking of rabbit holes, rabbit, Sasangasana. I did not even mean to do that. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, chin to chest. You're gonna round your spine like a bunny, forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip. Lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, abdomen in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, turn around, Savasana. I think, pre-COVID practicing in a yoga studio, because yoga studios are intended to be like peaceful, intentional spaces. When something or someone would distract me, I would frankly, sometimes take it personally because we're in a yoga studio, right? Don't do that. Now at home practicing, I've realized whether you're in studio or at home, whether you're in an intentionally peaceful space or an unintentionally chaotic space, there will always be distractions, right? Like metaphorically, a pigeon butt will always probably be in your face at some point in class. And so what are you going to do with that, right? Are you going to grasp onto it? Or are you going to let go? That's the choice that we make. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat and tall second set rabbit. Knees, feet together, grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Try to feel each part of your back moving. This is a rounded spine posture as well. So if it feels like your back is tugging or pulling and not in a pleasant way, ease up a little bit. Eventually forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. So you don't have to lift your hips all the way up if it's feeling too intense on your back. One day hips over the knees, squeeze your heels together, press your feet down, lift your shoulders up, press your hips forward, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, head up last, turn around, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Almost to the end, everybody's doing great. We're gonna do one set of head to knee. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, so your hips stay square. Make sure that legs aren't too wide. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, bend your leg if you need to, touch your forehead and knee together, interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. If it's easy for you to touch your forehead and knee together with a bent leg, see if you can straighten or even lock your leg. Bend elbows down, elbows to floor, right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Good, change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping sit up, stay here and stretch up. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign and sit up. Good, Hashimotonasana Stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your butt back, right, left, right, left. In this posture, rather than rounding your spine, try to arch your spine, nice flat back. Knees can stay bent, you fold forward. Eventually, legs straight, stick your butt out a little bit, lock your legs, inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, fold, stomach to thighs, chest to knees. Roll the shoulders back and down, flex the pinky toes back, stretch, lengthen. Good, change. Stay seated for spine twist. Take a moment, identify left, identify right. I'm not mirroring you, here we go. Bend your left leg on the floor. Touch your right heel to your left knee. Right arm behind you. Left arm up and over. Grab left knee with left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you. You can also take it off the floor and wrap behind you. Try to grab left thigh with right hand for a half bind. Inhale, lengthen.
Exhale, look over your left shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. I'm gonna show you from the side. You can bend your right leg on the floor. You can also have your right leg straight, left leg up and over, so left heel to right knee, left arm behind you, right arm up and over. One day you're gonna grab right knee with right hand, so eventually hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over left shoulder, twist. Notice if you're leaning back, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones, sit up nice and tall. If you can balance here, wrap your left arm behind you, try to grab right thigh with left hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So we call it 26 and 2 yoga because it's 26 postures, 26-ish postures, and 2 breathing exercises. So we start this sequence with pranayama, deep breathing, and we end full circle with kapalabhati, skull shining breathing. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it silly. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce every once in a while. Try to sit on your feet. You're gonna exhale through your mouth. And as you exhale through your mouth, you're gonna pull your abdomen in. When the stomach relaxes, the inhale will happen automatic. So the exhale is quite audible, but the inhale is very subtle. You barely notice it's happening. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. Lubricate your throat, stand up, sit up nice and tall, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, one. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. All 5 fingers together, arms straight, spine straight, shoulders down, chest up. Away we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself, give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, Savasana, close your eyes, open your arms and legs. Oh my God, we ended so late. I am so sorry. If you need to leave, I totally understand. If you have time, make time, but my bad. This was a 65, 66-minute class, so sorry. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs if you have time. Final Savasana. Take an inhale through your nose. And an exhale through your nose. Breathe in and breathe out. Just noticing any little shifts that might have happened through your class. Maybe a shift in energy level or an unstuck part of the body. Or maybe none at all, and that's okay too. When I was thinking about these transformations and thinking back to these stories that students have told me over the years or lessons students have taught me, I realized that, some of the transformation that I've occurred is purely me practicing yoga, but so much of it is watching you practice yoga or hearing your stories about transformation. So much of being a teacher is really just learning from fellow students, right? I'm a lifelong student. So thank you all for being part of that lifelong transformation that I'm going through. And I wish that upon you as well. Have a wonderful day. Drink lots of water. If you'd like, take one more inhale through your nose. This time, open your mouth, exhale through your mouth, and all is coming.